Ladies and gentlemen, your hero has returned once again. More of that stellar content I know you love. Along with your host, me. Ooh, there's a guy with one of those weird arms. Time to give him a taste of the old head, shoulders, knees, and toes. And we got his arm.
More classified Patriot information was in that man's holographic memory.
You are good.
You hear that, boys and girls? I'm pretty good.
What do you think Dolzaev and that woman were discussing? Even your ears could not catch it, huh?
No. Even enhanced hearing doesn't help when it's too far for sound vibrations to travel.
A pity they were outdoors. We could have deployed laser surveillance unit if they were inside, near window.
Yeah. Maybe if conditions were perfect. I'd have to be lined up just right to get the beam directly in front of the glass. And there's the problem of noise, too.
Duh, true enough.
Anyway, not much point talking about it now. Better I just head over there and wrap this up.
Of course, of course. I only wonder because I have no idea what Dolzaev is thinking. The more intel we have, the better.
Relax, Boris. Once I take out Mistral, the rest will be easy.
Let us hope so.
Hey, Boris. I know this probably isn't the best time for this, but...
No problem. Ask me anything. My goal is to have open company, huh? Hiding nothing from its employees.
Right. Well, there were a few big proposals we had in the works, right?
What do you mean?
You know, my doing tactical drills with the Brazilian Special Ops Force in Rio. Playing the bad guys in that South African anti-terror police training program. On-site security consulting for the Swiss.
Yes, we were working on a few things, weren't we?
Well, I thought so, but they're not in Maverick's task management database.
Well, right then. We've had to freeze those proposals. Temporarily, you see?
You're putting them on ice?
They would be too much distracting for you. We need to focus on current op.
That doesn't seem necessary. You're gonna disappoint a lot of prospective clients.
Well, yes, but...
This is about money, isn't it?
I should not have tried to hide it.
Right. Open company, remember?
Well, yes, but we can't afford for you to be too shaken to complete your mission.
Boris, I'm fine. I know it's not all my fault, but my client was killed. Kinda expect to lose some work after that.
Yeah, not your fault, but my responsibility in the end. We were far too lightly equipped. No one on the field made mistakes.
It's a third world country. We were working with a shoestring budget. If we went in heavier, burning Maverick cash, we'd have been in the red.
And that is the tricky part about this business, yes? But what is past is past. And too early to worry about the future. Just focus on the matter at hand.
Okay.
What do you think Dolzaev and that woman were discussing? Even your ears could not catch it, huh?
No. Even enhanced hearing doesn't help when it's...
A pity.
Yeah, and there's... Anyway, better
I only more...
Relax.
What?
You get all that, Kev? The woman with Dolzaev. That's Mistral?
Yep. The only female member of the Winds of Destruction. The name is from... a cold, dry regional wind in France that blows from the Alps down to the Mediterranean.
She French?
Yep. Born in Algeria, though. It was a French colony until they declared independence in the early 60s. Haha, but you already knew that.
Yeah. They were the last French colony in Africa.
You know your history. Plenty of French colonial families still live there. Bête Noire, they're called.
I've heard the term. The main character in that Camus novel, The Stranger, was one.
You also find a lot of Algerians who've immigrated to France, although they put a stop to that a while ago.
Yeah. A lot of European countries seem to be clamping down on immigration lately.
Miss Strahl joined the Foreign Legion to get her citizenship.
A woman legionnaire?
And not the first. There was one that served in the North Africa campaign during World War II. Anyway, Miss Strahl's been doing PMC work ever since her Legion discharge. We're not sure why she went cyborg. She's officially leading the force at the refinery, but she is also a combatant. I don't have anything on her combat style, but do not underestimate her. The Winds of Destruction are trained killers, all of them. They didn't let her in because of her looks.
I don't need a reminder. I won't let my guard down.
Yeah, but, speaking of her looks, she's got, well, I mean, a couple of huge... Look, just don't get distracted, okay?
Sounds like you should take your own advice there, Kev. So, Kev, what exactly goes on here anyway? I mean, obviously refining oil, but what else involved with that? How careful do I need to be?
Skip that week in science class, huh? All right, how much do you know already?
Just the basics. They take crude and refine it into gas and stuff. Other usable fuels, right?
Well, yeah, and stuff. Kerosene, liquefied petroleum gas, naphtha, jet fuel.
Naphtha?
The raw material for ethylene, which is then the raw material for polyethylene and other plastics. Crude oil's used for a lot more than just fuel, you know. These days, it's the core component of just about every chemical product.
Okay.
Crude contains a lot of molecular hydrocarbons and impurities. The refinery distills and extracts these hydrocarbons at their different boiling points. Once the impurities are removed, what's left can be used to make gasoline and so on.
Right. So, pretty much exactly what I said in the first place.
Oh, well, if you know all this already, I guess we're done here.
I could use a bit more detail on...
All right, cool then. Kevin out.
Get fucked, right?
Hey, Kev. You have anything on that sword Sam was using? Didn't seem like your garden variety high-frequency blade.
It's not. It's a samurai sword. The real deal. 16th century make, handed down in his family ever since. Sam had it recast as a high-frequency blade. Doesn't say by who.
Is this something I need to worry about?
Maybe. You know the basics of sword making, right? The harder the metal, the better it cuts, but also the more brittle it is. So a sword's gotta be sturdy, but also just pliable enough to absorb shock without breaking. Walking that line, striking that balance, that's what makes sword crafting an art. Japanese swords fuse different types of iron, each with different amounts of carbon. Different levels of flexibility, in other words. So the blade can be tough and razor sharp.
And that gets multiplied when the sword gets the HF treatment?
Yeah. Basically, the high-frequency upgrade sets the blade vibrating really, really fast, right? That vibration acts on the electron shells of atoms in the sword and the local electromagnetic field. When the EMF achieves resonance, the blade's bonding is strengthened. At a quantum level, it's like the entire sword is made up of the exact same particle type. It also disrupts any atoms it comes into contact with. Say, those that make up the target. Their electron clouds shrink from exposure to quantum decoherence at the Planck scale. In other words, it electrically severs the bonds that keep the target's atoms together.
You lost me around the EMF part.
And that's the dumbed-down explanation. To be honest, even I don't understand all the details. Point is, an HF upgrade is like an amplifier. It multiplies what's already there. So Sam's badass blade might give him the edge. I mean, you know what I mean.
The original sword was really that good?
Sounds like it. Says here it's a Murasama blade.
Murasama. Sounds familiar.
One of the top 10 best-known sword makers worldwide, easy. In Japan, he is legendary. They say his swords thirst for blood, that they choose who will wield them, you know, that sort of thing.
Ooh, now I really am scared.
I know, right? Raiden, head...
Raiden, the Mistral woman. Is she truly a full-body cyborg?
That's what the intel says, at least. Why? You notice something?
Indeed. Two somethings, in fact. Based on their movements. Her chest region did not appear to be artificial.
You can tell that just from what I saw?
Indeed. After some detailed image analysis, I am 80% certain that is her own natural torso. If it is indeed a cyborg, Jesse, it is the most advanced I've ever seen. Such technology would not come cheap. It would mean whoever is backing Desperado is likely quite wealthy.
Probably so. As far as Mistral goes, it really doesn't matter to me. Natural, synthetic, man, woman, an enemy is an enemy.
Ah, are you not even the least bit curious?
Doc, I'm seeing Desperado cyborgs explode here after I take them down.
For security purposes, I would imagine. Cyborgs often use classified tech from suppliers who take great pains to maintain their trade secrets. Most likely, these models have a self-destruct failsafe that triggers once they cannot defend themselves.
So they die even though their brains could be transferred to a new body?
I understand your concern, Raiden, but I'm sure these conditions were clearly stated in their contracts. This is one area that is well regulated by the law. PMCs must inform their workers of such things. These men knew the danger when they signed up. No doubt they were compensated for the additional risk.
Right.
You should be more concerned with the potential for data loss in these explosions. They could damage or even erase the holographic memory in their left hands. Though to think on it, the data is most likely automatically wiped before detonation, just in case it would survive the explosion and resulting shockwave, you know.
Yeah. Sure, Doc.
You must remove the hands before their critical system shutdown sequence can activate. Remember it this way. Before you kill, make certain no cyborg is left with a left hand. Raiden, have I told you of the research I was conducting before we met?
Several times.
It was the Cold War. East Germany. The DDR. My field was infantry weapon research. It was a magical time. Secret research. Top secret, you know. All for the Soviets, but so exciting. I was free to explore wherever my findings took me. I never had a budget request refused. Not once. I was young then. Working, always working. Most nights I would sleep under my desk, you know. Call it nostalgie, but East Germany wasn't so bad. Nostalgie being German for East nostalgia, of course.
Of course.
Yes, the bureaucracy had its problems. But my colleagues, the discoveries. Well. In any case, after unification, they suddenly shut down our entire facility. Everything I'd worked for, my job, my research, poof, gone just like that.
Sounds rough.
I've often said I would be a homeless vagrant if myoelectric prosthesis hadn't lent me a hand. Artificial limbs were crude props then, you know, designed only for appearances. They were hardly functional. If you lost an arm or leg, you were disabled, and that was that. The key was running actuators based on electromyography signals from the skin's surface, of course. This enabled a great range of movement, even more so than a natural limb. It was then I realized my knowledge of robotics and engineering could come in handy. So, I contacted a prosthesis laboratory in Dortmund, and I was hired immediately. Patents filed in my name made quite a bit of money, you know. Soon I was made the head of my own lab.
And that's when you started filling orders from PMCs.
Indeed. From contractors who'd been referred by their employers, to be exact. Workers from your industry quickly became our best customers. We were flooded with orders. But my field was never full body conversions. You can imagine my surprise when Boris contacted me.
Yeah. Our previous cybernetics maintenance guy went into hiding.
But I built on my knowledge and now consider myself an expert on all cyborgs, both partial and full body.
Glad I could help with your on-the-job training. Seriously, though, we're lucky to have you on board.
Yes, I should think we have both benefited from our arrangement. Which reminds me, do not forget our other arrangement. The cyborg's left hands, if you would.
Got it.
Raiden, the Mistral woman.
That's with why.
I just love the fact that the game just has a little bit of that Kojima creepiness.
You need to save?
It never goes away.
Did you catch all that with Dulzaev and Mistral?
Yeah, I was monitoring the whole time. Dolzaev's not really what I expected. I've seen his file, plenty of photos, but I guess I expected someone more I don't know, threatening?
Didn't seem too friendly to me.
No, I mean, you hear terrorist, you think of some cold, calculating professional. Dolzayev looks more like some guy off the street.
Cold, calculating professional types don't usually bother with terrorism. It's too risky. Most terrorists are ordinary people, radicalized one way or another.
Yeah, I guess so.
Of course, that doesn't make what they do any easier to forgive. What about Miss Trawl? What'd you think?
Well, she's certainly attractive. Probably an artificial face, though. I'm guessing most of her is artificial.
Roger that.
I mean, I'd still be down. Cyborg or not, I'm just saying. Does it have piss, though? That's a good question, Alex. We'll have to find out the truth. In the boss
So
fight.
Miss Trawl's from Algeria. Have you ever been?
No. You?
Once, for a consulting job. Pretty short trip, though.
I hear it's pretty safe there now, compared to how things were at the start of this decade.
Yeah, I was able to slip a little sightseeing in. Pretty nice spot for a vacation. Kind of hot, though. 80% of it's the Saharan desert, and wow, it was just like you'd imagine. So much sand. You could easily imagine camel caravans trekking beneath the early evening moon. It was like something from another world.
Yeah? I thought only a sixth of the Sahara was sandy like that. The French carried out a bunch of nuclear tests there too, I remember.
But once you reach the Mediterranean coast, it's a totally different place. All these white-walled buildings framed against intense blue sea. It's a really stark contrast.
Were you in Algiers? I know that the capital looks a lot like that.
Yep. The local cuisine's totally French-influenced. I'll never forget this one lunch near my hotel. A baguette sandwich and a café au lait. Simple and simply unforgettable. Oh, there were a bunch of sweet shops in town, too. High-quality European candy, but so cheap.
Sounds like you ate your way across the country.
Well, food's an important part of local culture, you know. Oh, and speaking of which, the seafood. I didn't expect to see Mediterranean fish in African cuisine, but it was also fresh and flavorful. They'd fry up small fish whole, then drizzle them with lemon juice. I could have eaten that all day.
Sounds like a lot of calories.
I tried to stay active, you know.
Hey, did you know my visual analyzers can tell me how much someone weighs?
Yeah, I'll have to talk with Doc about disabling that one. Raiden, what you said before about your sword being a tool of justice, I just want to say I agree 100%. I wish all PMCs thought that way.
Glad to hear you say that.
You mentioned it was part of some samurai code?
Yeah. I didn't grow up using a sword. I fell into it by chance, during a mission. After that, I decided to train with the HF blade. I studied a lot of samurai techniques. I really got into it. Started learning more and more about ancient Japan and the samurai code. I tore through stacks of books, movies, anything I could get my hands on.
Somehow hard to imagine you settling in with a big bucket of popcorn.
What? A cyborg can't have hobbies? I'll have you know I'm actually a huge movie buff.
Okay, okay. So that's where you picked up this Sword of Justice creed?
Yeah. Most of it from a single master named Munenori Yagyu. He founded a school of swordsmanship on the idea that violence can be necessary for the greater good. He called it Katsujinken, the life-giving sword. Yagyu believed power isn't evil in itself. It's how it's applied that matters. As time went on, Katsujinken incorporated deterrence. It took on the meaning of winning without fighting. Or as I like to say, one sword keeps another in the sheath. That's from George Herbert. He was an English priest, 17th century, almost the same era as Yagyu.
Huh. It's a universal idea, I guess.
You could frame the same message as use of a necessary evil, but I think it's a good mindset for any PMC.
At least as long as there's fighting that requires us in the first place.
Which doesn't seem likely to change anytime soon.
What's up? No? Did you need...
No, just wanted...
Oh.
Anyway, how are we doing tonight, Alex? I think 20 minutes of that is enough. I gotta sneak up on that guy and give him the chap. Got both his arms, baby. Forgot when you chop the fuck out of someone, they blow the fuck up. Problem is, I need to get close enough to that big ass robot over there. I don't really know how I'm gonna do that. I could like, oh shit. I could shadow them, but not 100% sure I believe in the viability of that one. Part of being a master of stealth is waiting. Though it is nice, if you sneak up behind someone and you give them the chop, like, you really fucked them up in this. Like, really badly. Like, they fucking die. They die really bad. Okay, I might be able to sneak up on that guy. If I do this just right, we should be fine. He's gonna walk over there, and that's gonna give me just enough time to give this guy the chop. It knows. Oh, wait, shit, I forgot about that. Learn something new every day. Okay, so when it's in caution, I'm not allowed to sprint. Da, 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 da. Good job, me. I say one of the hardest parts about being the best is having the hardest part. That's right. My personality. Not really much going on in this area, is there? Yeah, I was trying to think of a way to sneak up and fuck that thing up, but they really don't make it easy to sneak in this. Like, even when I'm putting like my best foot forward and shit too. What the hell? Oh! Damn, that was a big one too. If I remember correctly, don't some guys spawn if I go this way?
What do you think, Dulce? I haven't even
No.
a bit.
Yeah, and there's... Anyway, better right.
It's just more of the same shit.
What?
And say your boy had a very successful day, and we're celebrating the only way I know how. By, oh fuck, there's like 3 guys. I gotta sneak up on the guy on the far right. Question is how. I'm gonna have to take a really roundabout way to do this. He's gonna come over this way, and that's gonna be our chance to jump him. Oh, wait, shit. I don't have enough blade juice. Okay, so we gotta jump the guy on the left first, then. I almost just made a critical mistake, boys. Okay, so that guy over there, 45 meters out. Sneak up on him, and then let me give the other dude the chop. Okay, he's coming. He's coming closer. And then we're gonna get his ass. I have a high frequency blade and I can kill giant robots, but I'm still sneaking. Metal Gear Solid 2 never ended. Got all the parts we need. I think the thing I hate the most about it is when they blow up, it alerts everyone else. Oh, if I use the stealth attack, they don't blow up. Oh, that'll explain a lot. Shit, I gotta wait for him to make another lap. Once he makes that lap, I can sneak, chop off his arm, and then we're good. Come on, you asshole. You know you want me. Shit. Okay, so the easiest way to chop off their arm properly... Are you fucking kidding me? Because I'm trying to get all the arms. They don't make it easy. I'm saying the cut has to be like fucking perfect. That's the best part, is he doesn't fucking notice at all.
Excellent. Very well done.
Best part of the conversation. Does it have piss, though? No. I don't think it does, Chief. And if it did, I'm not gonna go find out for you. There we go. That's gonna make that asshole with the arm pop up. I might be able to get him immediately if I go fast. There we go. Did I get the arm? I did not. Fuck. It's so difficult! Why is it so difficult? It's like I'm trying to get it down to like an exact fucking science, but it's so hard. Yeah, I don't think he knows. He didn't know. He has no idea. Okay, I think he knows. Forgot I gotta corner this thing. Oh, shit. Oh, I didn't realize I could get another battle. That's actually interesting. And then there's this guy who's just shit out of luck. I'm gonna say, because when they grab me, that basically gives me an excuse to just fucking lay on the pain. Ow. This could be going better. Wow, that sucked. God, I'm getting worse at this. There we go. That's him. That's the guy. Fucking. Yeah, we got it.
More Patriot intel. Bring me more. And maybe I can develop something interesting from it.
Wait, I could get unlockables by chopping off those? I didn't even realize that was a thing. I really did not pay attention during my first time through this game. I didn't fucking pay attention at all, did I? Jeez. It's kind of sad. Maybe I'm more shit than I thought. Tag, you're it, bitch. Jeez. It's always the thrust that fucks me up. God, he's getting fucking angry. There we go. It's not over yet, Snake! Oh god, the poor son of a bitch! Just let me die! It's never not funny. If only just due to the sheer amount of fucking slashing. But yeah, I'm pretty shit at this game. I was able to do it on Revengeance, but this time I'm trying to get all the arms, so I have to, like, eat hits here and there just because. I love how that's the only way to chop it. Okay, I don't think there's anything else just hiding around here. Unless there's something in the trees! Or I'm just, you know, wasting time looking around. Okay, wasted time it is then. Awesome. I'm still trying to look for those guys who are, like, hiding in boxes and shit. I remember them being really hard to find, like, in hindsight. Because they are not easy. cheesy, being cheesy. Is that really everything? Okay. I could have sworn there was like a hella chopper or something, but maybe I'm just dumb. Maybe that's where we're at right now.
We intercepted call for backup during your last fight. The caller's position is on your solitone
Ah,
radar.
there it is.
You can engage if you wish. It is your choice.
Would I?
Up above you.
I love violence. Fucking bitch. Oh, shit. That's how it's done, boys. The thing I love is the game keeps track of how many parts for the shit that you chop to pieces, but there's no real reason for it aside from just flexing. Because I don't think you get any points or anything. It's literally just meme material, which I'm okay with. Like, I'm not against that. Yeah, it's fun in its own way. God, if I was like fucking 13, I would be having a blast with this game. Just sitting around chopping shit to pieces like a dumbass.
What do you think, Dolph? Even
No.
a bit?
Yeah, and there's the problem.
True enough.
Anyway, better.
I only more into.
Relax.
What? Right. The cliff is just ahead at the end of the old city. Beyond that is the refinery's backyard.
So what? It's a sheer drop? The refinery's not connected to the city at all?
No, it was only built 2 years ago. There should be a narrow path around there that leads to the plant. It is protected by a fence, but probably you can cut your way through.
Probably.
Don't get cocky. Most likely it is Desperado running security down there. Good. That's the back of the refinery. I see a door there, but it probably has an alarm. Can you use the ventilation duct?
You mean that huge fan?
Just cut off the blades as it spins. Easy, yes?
We got anything on that ray I went up against?
We analyzed the wreckage. Its musculature had been replaced with CNT muscle fiber. The same type as you, or most any cyborg. This improved its power output and left more room in the chassis for other equipment. It seems they filled this space with Vetronics and extra weapons.
Like that heat blade and plasma gun. Plasma loses effectiveness in the air pretty quickly, but it's still a hell of a close-range weapon.
Large-scale UGs have a growing problem fighting smaller, more agile opponents like you, Raiden. This is why we now see UGs armed with new countermeasures, such as this Ray had. Good. That I see it. Can
You mean...
I was waiting for someone to comment on the fact that he fucking suplexed that robot.
Hey, so, Kev, buddy, about the refinery. Can I get a quick breakdown of the facilities?
Copy that. I suppose you should at least know a few basics for the mission. So, like I was saying, the refining process is based around distillation. The tallest building on site is the distillation tower. All the crude oil runs through there first, where it's distilled at different boiling ranges. Lighter components with low boiling points are removed at the top of the tower, heavier ones at the base. The heaviest fuel oil then has the lighter oils and naphtha that distillation didn't remove taken out. Fluid catalytic cracking is what they call it. Other than that, let's see. There's equipment to remove sulfur, a cooling tower to dispose of all the water used. Oh, and the flare stack to eliminate gas waste. You see that thing with flames shooting out the top? That's the stack.
It's burning the gas off?
Yeah, burns it up completely, rendering it harmless. Kinda hypnotic if you stare at it a while, huh? Next door, you have a power plant. Pretty typical for this type of facility. And, of course, the gas tanks. Liquefied petroleum gas, LPG, is pressurized and stored in those round tanks. It's also artificial, but it's got a certain charm, you know? Like the ultimate in utilitarian beauty. A solitary distillation tower, all lit up and set against the setting sun. It's an amazing sight.
Kev, you still with me there?
What? You don't appreciate this kind of stuff? Places like Germany and Japan, people get really into it. Factory sightseeing tours and everything.
Yeah. No, not so much.
Right. FYI, we just confirmed with the client for your next mission.
Great. How about we finish this one first, though? I'd like to see my family again someday, you know? My son's going to forget he even has a father.
90-day contracting tour, buddy. We're all in the same boat. Man, feels like ages since I was back in Virginia.
I don't know about in the same boat. These guys are out to tear me limb from limb. Worst you are EMF desk jockeys have to worry about are paper cuts.
All right. Guess you don't want to hear what your old friends are up to then.
Who is it?
Desperado.
Where is it this time?
Mexico. Apparently they've got some kind of lab in Guadalajara. You're going in to investigate claims of human trafficking and illegal dumping.
And our client? Who's picking up the tab? If we're planning to play police all of a sudden, we're gonna need some kind of budget.
No worries there. It's a human rights group we've worked with a few times before. They were conducting their own trafficking investigation when Desperado came up.
Understood. You can brief me when I get back.
Roger that.
Oh, that's the prelude to the next mission. So that explains why we went to Mexico. Instead of just going there. Randomly, with no context.
Where the hell did Desperado get all these cyborgs anyway, Kev?
Hard to say. They're not as rare as they once were, but still. Of all registered PMC troops, we're still talking, what, 3% have enhancements? Maybe 5% tops. Mostly career military who got hurt on the battlefield one way or another. Getting their arms or legs back lets them keep earning a living. But most able-bodied soldiers are still reluctant to sacrifice their own healthy body parts. Plus, the surgery is highly specialized. Expensive as hell. Not to mention maintenance costs after that. Unless insurance is footing the bill, most guys couldn't afford enhancements even if they wanted to.
Maverick's got some cyborgs. What's their story? They all wounded in action?
Mostly. I heard a few saved up and paid for it themselves, but just a few. There is this one crazy blonde guy, though. I heard he asked for a full body conversion.
The Patriots didn't leave me much of a body to begin with. I just had Herr Doctor finish what they started.
You know I'm just giving you shit, man. Anyway, yeah. Looking at the numbers, cyborg soldiers are still a pretty small minority. Not really surprising when only contractors in developed countries are offered insurance. Third world soldiers get hurt out on the field, and that's all she wrote. They can't work as a merc anymore. Most times, they can't really work at all.
Well, Desperado's up to something, because cyborgs are definitely not in the minority here.
I've heard of some PMCs covering the cost of the surgery for their disabled. The mercs get their career back, sure, but the PMCs aren't exactly running a charity. These guys have to work to pay it off until the company at least breaks even on. Any cyborg breaks his contract early would probably be in debt for the rest of his life.
You think that's Desperado's MO?
I can't prove it, but sure as hell wouldn't surprise me.
So what kind of deal does Maverick offer its contractors?
Oh yeah, I forgot you're full-time too. You never contracted with us?
Nope. Boris invited me on board the first time we talked about it. We've known each other since Area 51. Didn't have any reason to turn him down, so yeah. Never really considered the contract route.
Right. Well, it's actually pretty rare for guys on the ground like you to be full-timers. Most of Maverick soldiers are contractors, just like with any other PMC. It just makes sense. After all, it's never the same job twice in this business. Each mission has its own requirements. Force size, skill set, all that crap. So generally, we contract out on a per-mission basis, or a fixed schedule for longer jobs. A lot of US companies are doing it that way lately, not just PMCs. Besides, a good contractor can earn more than most regular full-time employees. Definitely a hell of a lot more than regular military.
And if they want to quit, can they get out of their contract?
Yep. Of course, just up and quitting right in the middle of a mission would cause problems. Just like any other job, you know? We'd want some notice. to settle on a new end date, but hold up. You're not thinking of leaving us, are you?
Just curious. You still busy with all that other work, Kev?
You know me, man. Kev of all trades. I got a lot on my plate. Briefing prep, arms procurement, client negotiation, HR, biz dev, accounting, you name it. Lately, though, I've been focusing more on sales and on-site coordination. Oh, and advisor work like this.
Never sleep, do you?
Things have been better since Courtney joined up, at least.
You still busy with...
You know, brief lately.
Never... Doc, my fuel cells are sapped out, but I'm still able to function?
Function, yes, but no longer able to perform any action that would require a sizable amount of energy. But even when your gauge reads 0, you retain basic movement. You can walk around and swing your sword. Use this time to absorb more electrolytes from your enemies. Recharge your cells as soon as possible.
Roger that.
Raiden, are you fully versed in the features of your AR display? It can serve many functions, you know.
Do I hear un lecture coming on?
A lecture? No, of course not. I'm hardly an expert. Of course, I know the first practical application of the technology was for aircraft HUDs. Then head-mounted displays, HMDs. The data could be seen even as the viewer moved their head. As the technology improved, it was integrated into retinal imaging, contact lenses. Soon it became standard issue not just for pilots, but infantry soldiers as well. Of course, with cyborgs such as yourself, the data can be fed directly to the optic nerve.
No lecture, huh? Anyway, there's more to my augmented reality than just upgraded HMD tech.
Of course there is, Dummkopf. You did not let me finish.
Oh, you weren't finished?
AR is a much broader concept. It is more a design concept than a particular imaging methodology. It encompasses HUDs, HMDs, any and all manner of visual real-time data overlay. Though recently, some reserve the AR label for virtual objects the subject can both see and touch. For example, your codec menu and zoom slider. Such objects do not exist anywhere in the real world, not even as images. They are fed directly to your optic nerve, so only you can see them. Yet, when you interact with them, sensory feedback is delivered to the nerves in your fingers. It gives you the sense of touching a thing that does not exist.
Beats lugging around a sat radio and giant scope, that's for sure.
There is another school of thought on precisely what constitutes AR.
Seriously, more of this?
It defines AR as anything which obscures the boundary between reality and that experienced by the viewer.
Well, how would that be different from VR?
Well, for example, let's say that you and I are having a nice chat face to face. Suddenly, I disappear. Poof! And in my place appears a ravishing, nubile young woman. Is the girl the projected image or the reality? Perhaps I was the AR. How would you know?
The accent might be a clue.
Such things can be controlled with a simple hack of your auditory nerves.
Well, that's comforting. So how is this different from VR again?
Well, it is, I suppose, strictly speaking, it is rather similar. Both are a method for completely fooling the senses, rather than simply augmenting them. Although, technically it would be MR, mixed reality, since there are some real elements involved. Yes, of course, that would be the distinction and the correct term. In any case, the advance of MR technology leads to many interesting philosophical questions. What happens when appearances cease to have meaning? It is no longer see it to believe it, after all. It could make for a great advance in cyborg acceptance, you know. They could project a perfectly normal human body to be seen by anyone who can perceive MR.
I don't know. Sounds like it might cause more problems than it'd solve to me. Hey, Doc. What can you tell me about the carbon nanotubes used in artificial muscles? I know they're the real key behind the proliferation of cyborgs, but...
Well, a carbon nanotube, or CNT, is a sheet of carbon graphite formed like a tube. They range from 50 nanometers in diameter all the way down to under 1 nanometer. 1 nanometer, you recall, is one billionth of a meter. Quite small. As you've likely seen, the carbon atoms that make up the sheet are organized in a 6-point ring shape. These hexagonal structures are connected to each other along their edges.
Sort of like a soccer ball.
Precisely. Such structures are known as Buckminster fullerene. CNTs were discovered by accident while scientists were researching other fullerenes. CNTs have assorted properties, each with the potential to drive vast leaps in industrial technology. Consider, for example, that the conducting properties and resistance to strong currents far outclass copper. They have great mechanical strength and can be shaped into incredibly thin form factors, all of which can directly contribute to improving integrated circuits. Furthermore, the atomic links in sp2 carbon are the strongest of all types of atoms. Its tensile strength is greater than even diamond. All that, and its weight is only half that of aluminum. It is also quite elastic, making it ideal for bomb-proofing vehicles, buildings, and other structures.
Sounds like some kind of wonder material.
There have been numerous plans drawn up for orbital elevators in the past. The problem being that no material was strong enough to make them practical. CNTs make such dreams one step closer to reality. You can change their structures by using the right power voltage, and they can withstand temperatures between -190 and +1500 degrees centigrade. They feature a large surface area and an empty space within the tube. This allows for such things as fuel and catalysts to be stored inside. It's that particular trait which has enabled the development of fuel cell-infused artificial muscles.
Straight out of sci-fi, huh?
Well, truth is stranger than fiction. Science fiction, even. Scientists are currently expanding upon all of CNT's uses. But it has taken a fair amount of time since their discovery for practical implementations to pop up. Historically, mass manufacture was deemed too difficult, the costs astronomical.
Practical manufacturing methods were established in the early 2010s, but the Patriots hushed that up.
Indeed. And now that it's out in the wild, we are finally well and truly in the carbon nanotube age. Stay vigilant, Raiden.
You know, I have to hand it to you guys. Cyborgs are just amazing to me. So much power and speed.
It's not all gravy.
No? How so?
Well, things have improved a lot in the past few years. But back when I was modded for the first time, keeping artificial blood free of impurities was a huge hassle. Artificial muscles need a constant flow of oxygen from a blood source, just like the real thing. But it was a challenge getting the kidney units as small as they needed to be. We all had to undergo routine dialysis.
Sounds rough.
Used to be even worse back when Dr. Clark was still experimenting. Bad nerve connections would screw with the test subject's pain receptors. It was torture. Compared to that, I had it pretty easy.
It wasn't until recently that you could eat and drink like normal people, right?
That's right. We generally use glucose-based nutrient packs to keep the brain running. But we can absorb nutrients orally now, too. Whatever we eat's broken down by nanomachines, and we have taste sensors as well. It's not exactly like it was before. The difference is, I can turn those sensors off if I don't need them. That's been surprisingly useful.
So cyborgs can live pretty much normal lives now?
Well, getting there. We still need fuel cells and nutrition packs, not to mention regular maintenance. It's a lot of dough. Of course, another big problem's how other people look at you.
How do you mean?
There was a time when I wore artificial skin. Tried to look as close to normal as possible. I've still got some now, on my face. The tech at the time wasn't great. You still looked pretty unnatural. Maybe you could fool someone from far away, but up close, even a baby could tell I wasn't human. Going out shopping or whatever, you could feel all those eyes on you. I tried to find something to do other than fight, but looking like I did got me 2 strikes pretty much as soon as I walked through the door.
That sounds terrible.
Well, you appreciated it when people were honest about it, at least. But when they were too polite to just say so, that was rough. Things are getting better these days, though. Artificial skin's improved a lot. And you don't get so many stares now that the general public knows about cyborgs.
Maybe I should look into the cyborg thing, huh? I could eat whatever I want, whenever I want.
Probably cheaper just getting lipo, Courtney.
Jerk.
Courtney, there's something I'd like your opinion on.
What's up?
It's how I replenish my electrolytes. I'm basically feeding off these cyborgs.
Oh, yeah. That. I don't really see any better options, to be honest. I doubt your old body would have stood up against the Desperado Captains or Jetstream Sam. And if we fail here, It's not only bad for us, but for our clients, and all of Sakumi.
Yeah, you're right.
Besides, it's like you say. No one's forcing them to be here. They chose to throw in with the terrorists.
Yeah.
Look, I won't lie. I don't feel great about it. But in the scheme of things, yes, I think it's justified.
Thanks. I guess it's never black and white in this business, is it?
No. No, it's not. Do you and Kevin work a lot together, Raiden?
Well, Maverick's not that big. Unless you're a short-term contractor, you tend to work with the same guys. Last job we were on together, I was hired by the Carabinieri to track down 3 Albanian mafiosos. They'd fled Italy for Montenegro, and I had to bring them back. It wasn't easy. All 3 of them had cybernetic upgrades. Without Kev, I could have been in serious trouble.
He was with an NGO before Maverick, I think, handling disarmament work for the UN.
Yeah. He and Boris met while working together to resolve a conflict in Africa. They hit it off. So when Boris gave him a job opportunity, he took it.
I kind of wonder why. We're pretty much the opposite of a disarmament outfit.
3 things are needed after a conflict: disarmament, demobilization, and reintegration into society. That's the way it usually goes. I guess Kevin felt like the process was getting to be a joke. Even if the UN taps the group that caused the conflict for post-war cleanup, there's no way of ensuring their sincere cooperation. There's always a chance they'll underreport the number of soldiers they've got on hand.
That, or they only disarm the useless parts of their force. The ones with outdated weapons and gear.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they can hide their standing force, the one with all the up-to-date weaponry, from the UN. Afghanistan saw a lot of that, since the wars were all waged by rival military cliques. Anyway, Kev saw that happening on a daily basis in Africa. Guess he just wanted a job where he had a firmer grasp on what was going on. And then along comes Boris. Kev had to think it over for a while, sure. But, well, here we all are.
PMCs are going to need more people like him. And me too, I guess. You know, civilian viewpoints.
Couldn't agree more.
What's up? Okay, save complete. Don't let your guard down, okay?
Okay, we can finally move on. I think this stream has been 2 battles and 45 minutes of codec calls. Ah, yes, truly the high-octane action I was looking for. Did I knock this thing over? Because it looks pretty fucking big. Oh god, there it is. Damn, boy. God, you know what this may... You know what would be really fun to play on stream? Not... Well, okay, well, this is fun, but there's something else I had. Red Faction Guerrilla. Think of all the shit we'd be able to get up to in that. Just the scientific-based destruction, my autism on full blast, just like God would have wanted it. Did I cut it? That and like when I said like a 5-year-old Mason would love this shit, I mean mostly like doing goofy shit like just fucking dissecting everything. Just because I can. Like this is fun. This is science. Science. And then you get like a perfect square. Or you just do that and fucking chop it into 2 pieces because you're belligerent and dumb. Oh god, I fucking hate these things. Little bastard.
Watch out! They keep on coming.
Oh hey, they have like little Healy-doos. What was the best way to deal with these things usually? Forgot. There we go, that's more like it. Oh shit. No, you don't. Fucking bastard. Oh, yeah, and they also give me the suck, which is even worse. I just wanted to play video games. Is that so much to ask? Is there even anything in the dumpster? I think this is the only plastic item in the game. Okay, well, I guess I'm made of plastic because I'm dumb enough to chop that just now. Kev, I noticed. Did you double dip the chip? Let's see, am I forgetting anything here? No. Dumpster. It's okay, he can't hide.
Good. I see it. Can you...
You mean that? You still busy with...
You know, brief lately.
Never.
No comment on the little shits? Okay, whatever you say. Do we really need blade mode? Are you sure I can't just cut the fuck out of it? You know what I have a lot of? These.
Dolcev and his team must be in here. Find him.
Okay, so we have cameras. Lovely. They seem nice enough.
So who actually owns this plant?
On the books, a private abkhaz firm. In reality, the Russian state.
So all the money goes right back to Russia?
It does provide Abkhazia with fuel and electricity. But yes, it was clearly built for Russian interests.
How do you mean?
The Caspian Sea is a major source of gas and oil. But these days, most of it never passes through Russia. Not since the Baku-Tbilisi-Ceyhan pipeline was built. With it, the oil flows straight to Europe.
But that pipeline runs straight through Georgia. Why did the Georgian government allow it?
Money, of course, and power. Having a major pipeline run through your land brings plenty of both. The South Ossetia War taught Georgia they could not always rely on the West for support. They began working more with their neighbors in the region to build their own power base.
So Georgia stands to gain from this coup?
It would seem this way. Any scenario that ends with the refinery no longer under Russian control is good for Georgia. Even if they do not retake Abkhazia outright, they benefit if new regime is more friendly to Georgia. Perhaps this is Dolcev's idea, to attract Abkhaz political leaders with a pro-Georgia agenda.
And that's why Georgia isn't taking action?
I very much doubt Georgian government would be involved in anything so obvious and so reckless. There must be someone else behind all this.
And Dolzaev's just playing along? Why would he?
Revenge, Tovarich. Anything to hurt Russia. Perhaps money as well. Who knows?
Yeah, the Russians can't be happy about all this. Let me guess. They contacted you through the FSB, right?
There were conversations, yes. But it was the Abkhaz government that enlisted us. We only took this mission because we knew it would help the people there. Besides, we cannot leave Desperado unchecked. Not after what happened.
Right. I won't let them profit from this mess. And we need to learn who's backing them.
And the first step to do this is take back that refinery.
So who actually owns this?
On the
So all,
it does.
how do you?
The not
But that.
this
So
any perhaps
and and
perhaps
yeah. Let me.
we decide
Right.
You still busy with all the...
You know, briefing lately.
Never...
You must
What's up? Okay, don't let...
Metal Gear Kodak. That's the best part of the game. Don't tell me you want to miss out. How could you? The Kodak's the best part of the game. Is that all the cameras in here? I could have sworn there was another one. I mean, I could also just cut the shit out of everything, but... Can you imagine going through the front door like a normal fucking person? One can't catch me. Hearing it once was enough. As I say, we didn't hear it once, though. We skipped the entirety of the codec the first time through this, K-Mills. All these conversations are new to me. I was never here for it. Well, I was, but I didn't fucking... This was like one of my first Metal Gears, so I missed out on a lot of shit. Oh dear, what the hell is that?
So who actually?
How do you?
The guest notes,
But that. So
perhaps.
It was my first Metal Gear. I was too busy
Let me
going...
get.
I remember, I was listening to like the bomb-ass fucking music track. Okay, that's just the objective is what that's telling me.
Right then. Wait. There are active IR sensors in the area. Part of factory security, no doubt, but the enemy may be using it.
Gotta say, yeah, and there's so much exposition, too. It's really nice. Actually, one of the things I'm digging about this... Oh, God, I almost ran into that shit. Yeah, it's actually one of the things I'm really digging about this, because now I'm, like, picking up on so much more shit than I did the first time around. And I missed out on, like, all this story. Like, I didn't even know why the fuck Raiden was in Mexico. And now I do. And to me, that's actually really cool. There's a reason they call me a master of stuff. A lot of fucking cameras here. Jeez. I don't think I could slide through. There's a lot of these that have like the perfect angle that I feel I could probably hit if I like did a certain attack, but I don't want to test that theory. Anyway, how we doing tonight, amigo? Yeah, I do admit doing these attacks with the delayed input feels weird. I'm also trying to find all the men in boxes and get all the goods. Then I'm actually learning stuff about the support staff. Like, there's shit I didn't even know about fucking Raiden. And I think that's probably the part that I'm enjoying the most, to be honest. Like, I didn't realize that Raiden had so much going on after MGS4. And he references MGS4 in this, too. That's probably one of the coolest parts about all this. Just like one of my Japanese animes. Yeah, we got it. We got the arm. Incinerate. Yeah, suck my dick. Ow. Oh, Raiden automatically jumps through these. Oh, fuck, that's cool. Because he treats it like a solid object. Shit. In the money, baby. Oh god. Sucks to be you, bitch. And that's how you skin a cat. Fucking bitch. Oh yeah, if you think this is wild, dude, you should have heard every first playthrough, K-Mills, of a Metal Gear title has basically been just what you're currently seeing. I don't think there was a single one that I like ran where I wasn't like autistically listening to every fucking codec conversation in the game. And normally, like, I'd be shitting all over it if not for the fact that the conversations in this game are actually pretty high quality. Like, I don't feel like I'm listening to like filler or flavor. Which is more than I could say about, like, certain other games where the dialogue feels like it's just there to kind of, like, move the plot along. I was never a fan of that. It always felt, like, really, really shitty. Oh, hey, there's a dilly dinger hidden over here. What the Sam hell? I know, I feel like, what was it? I think Ubisoft does that shit too often. Where I feel like a majority of the conversation that's happening isn't like a genuine conversation. It's just there to like plot. Especially like Shadow Mordor did that shit too. What do you think? You think someone's in there?
Nice hiding spot. Wonder where he learned that from.
So who actually owns? So how do you? But that.
I want to hear them talk about the men in boxes. I'm curious.
Yeah. Let me. Right.
Check your. You lately.
Never.
I know we did the whole, like, tool of justice thing, but, you know, we all gotta make sacrifices. But how's everybody doing tonight? You're joined by your hero, doing the best thing he does. Autistically reading through text, and failing to go over a small ledge in a video game. Well, don't everybody get up at once to answer my absolutely pressing questions. It's okay. Sure, it's fine. Do we want to go... let's go down first. Yeah, I never really took my time playing, Rising.
Who actually owns this? So
Does anyone have anything to fucking say that isn't old dialogue?
And yeah, let me get.
There's a way to just end codec conversations I'd heard before. Oh well, can't win them all. Alright, this is it. Showtime.
I was wondering when you'd come, Jack the Ripper.
No one calls me that anymore. Dosaev, where is he?
I can show you a better time than that crusty old bear.
You're in charge here?
I am Mistral, the cold wind of France. And your reputation precedes you. Liberian, but white as snow. A natural-born killer, even as a child.
That was a long time ago.
I was born in Algeria myself, you know? I'm only half French.
And?
We had our own civil war in the 90s. So you see? Cut from the same cloth, you and I.
You don't know me.
I lost my whole family. Everything. But I butchered those fuckers. My family's killers. That's when I realized I am a killer too. And a good one at that. I slaughtered dozens in Iraq, in Afghanistan. I'd found my calling.
Proud of that, are you?
What happened, happened. To be honest, I found it quite dull. My enemies fell like domino, one after another. Not once did I feel threatened. I was adrift, without challenge, without purpose. At times, I even envied my prey. At least they had a cause to die for. And then, I met him.
Who?
And I knew what I had been missing. His ideals gave my life meaning. Ideals, Jack. What are yours?
I protect the weak.
Still? So naive.
And if I must kill to protect them, then so be it.
It seems we have less in common than I thought.
I'll take that as a compliment.
If you would kill for your ideals, then surely you are ready to die for them.
This weapon of hers has impressive range. She can defend with it, and yet crack like whip to attack.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Definitely suits her.
It does not work like anything I have seen before. I cannot tell where her attack will land. And even if you manage to parry, it may be hard to counterattack.
Yeah, I need to take care of that thing first.
When you see it go slack, be ready. If it hits, you have no chance of countering. This weapon of hers has it. She can.
Yeah.
It does. And even.
Yeah.
When if it hits.
Ryder, you all right? That is one freaky lady. Yikes.
Aw, come on, Kev. Maybe she just needs to meet the right guy. I could slip her your number.
That's okay, man. I'm good. Besides, shouldn't you be worried about saving your own ass at the moment?
Well, yeah. Just thinking about how I'm gonna handle this.
If you're looking for advice, try hitting up Boris. Doctor might have some info, too. From the UG and Cyborg angle. Ryder, you all right? That is... Besides,
well.
if you look, Doctor...
So she uses an augmentary arm composed of tripods. I cannot imagine how she controls such a thing all on her own, but it is quite intriguing.
Stay with me here, Doc. I need to destroy it, not study it.
Yes, but just look at it. How it doubles as a weapon. So elegant, so efficient. She can twist its joints and crack it like a whip, or pull it tight to lock it solid. And even should you destroy it, she can simply construct a new one using nearby tripods.
Ugh, this is gonna take forever.
Not necessarily. Until a new prosthesis is formed, she is defenseless, you know. There is your chance. Of course, you must still be wary of the tripod arm unit once it is detached. Even if she cannot wield it, she could resort to throwing it at you. The electrolytes in the fuel cells of those units are highly explosive should they have a detonator.
Desperado's tripods look different from others I've seen.
Yes, yes. Likely infused with carbon nanotube muscle fibers, like most cyborgs these days. Not even you would be able to shake them off so easily. What is worse, they leach fuel cell electrolytes from whatever they latch onto. A truly inspired design, I must say. Much like your own body, in fact.
Why doesn't that make me feel better?
Hmm? I simply meant that both you and the tripod stem from the same line of research. Of course, your body is equipped with a limiter, preventing you from absorbing too many electrolytes. But it appears this is not the case with our tripod friends.
So, they absorb too much energy and...
And they explode, of course. Their fuel cells work much like any other battery, after all. You must remember the problems with old rechargeable batteries. They would heat up and explode all the time. I cannot imagine how she controls such a thing all on her own, but it is quite intriguing.
Stay with me here, Doc.
Yeah, she can... Not of
What can you
course,
tell me,
but-
Doctor? She must have reinforced rear myomer to hold up those massive-ass cyborg bazongas. Fucking... Dude, we're getting so close to androids that I am ready for it. I've been ready for it.
She's so cruel the way she stomps on those tripods. Just
God, I wish those were
around.
me.
I feel so sorry for those little guys.
You feel sorry for robots sent to kill me?
Well, I mean, they're kind of cute, right? How they scamper around. They're like little mice.
You call that cute? I'd call it creepy.
Not at all. Trust me, ask any girl and they'll say the exact same thing.
Okay, sure, Courtney. I'll get right on that.
All right, whatever. You want to save or what?
No.
All right. Be careful out there. She's so cruel. I feel well.
You call...
Not
Yeah, you
much.
call it based, I'd call it cringe.
Save complete. Be careful.
All right, showtime. Ah, shit. This little fucker. Oh, I want to say that. Oh, fuck.
Let's have a little fun.
Oh, fuck me.
I am starting to enjoy this.
I actually wasn't expecting that to work.
Right, that is one.
Aw, come
Besides,
well.
if you look, Doctor,
Wait a sec.
right, that is one.
Aw, come on, Kev.
Besides,
Well, yeah.
if you're looking for advice, Doctor might have some info too.
This weapon of hers, she can defend
Yeah.
it. And if-
Yeah.
When you, if it,
Oh, so, yeah, they don't have any fucking advice. That's what I get for talking in the middle of a battle. I love reloading in the middle of the fuck. I just hate how easily the bosses in this game go down, because I always feel like the fight should last, like, way longer than it actually does. Bitch. Shit. I'm having a hard time getting a counterattack off. I can't predict the exact fucking range on these things. Oh shit! There we go, that works. Yeah, fuck you, bitch. Where's she going? Why is she just... Okay, I guess. Just leave? Oh, hey, she let her hair down. Are you playing on Revengeance? This is the first playthrough. I'm just saying, yeah, we're just playing on hard. I'm gonna say the first time I played through this, I skipped basically the whole story aside from the cutscenes. Played on normal, hard, and Revengeance. We're doing hard, but I'm going through all the codex this time, so I actually know what's happening. And we're also playing on Revengeance, where I basically just try to bum rush the game as fucking hard as I possibly can. Fucking bitch. God, fucking pest. Oh, jam grenades. Okay, eat my ass. Fuck you. Oh, God. So annoying. It's like the worst part about this fight. You can unlock Revengeance without beating the game. Yeah, but then I'd be going in with no upgrades. Remember, this is the first run, K-Mills. Okay, she's fucking dead. Also, those jam grenades didn't do fuck all.
Mistro, report! Your vitals are dropping.
I lost.
Yeah, I got my ass handed to me. That was not an A.
What?
Dying. For a cause.
Wait. No. Hold on.
I am sorry. He was too much.
I do not need apology. I need you alive.
But I know you will never fall.
What? What is this talk about?
Je t'aime. De tout mon corps.
Je t'aime. Mister, you never...
She's not talking to you, idiot.
You killed her! You trial nuts! Murderer!
That's rich coming from you. It's overdose, I am. Surrender. Translation.
Why would I surrender? You are exactly where I want.
Shit.
Built with Russian money to make Russian money. It is no plan for outcasts. It is their prison.
Now, they will be free!
Damn! Crazy son of a bitch!
Raiden? Raiden, what happened?
Bastard blew himself up!
I see. Time to get you out of there. We're sending a helicopter. Secure an LZ.
Understood.
Customize his body. And I never really liked the sub-weapons in this game, to be totally honest. It's like the one part that I'm like okay with going without. This is a fucking busted. Like, I'm always interested in trying them, but I just enjoy using the swords so much. Like, I could buy it, but and you also have to upgrade it again. You know what? Let's get more skills. Very nice. And I actually understand the context of why we're in Mexico now.
So you've got some kind of disguise lined up, right?
Yep, all set.
Hope so. You'd be a little conspicuous just walking the streets.
Relax, Kev. I'll blend right in.
Yeah. Well, just get into the sewer system ASAP. Hopefully anyone who notices you will just mind their own business. You sure you want the K9000 there along for this one?
I had the good doctor make some adjustments along with the repairs. Remote piloting and AI wiping have been disabled. So yeah, I say let's throw him a bone.
Wordplay. My exoskeleton resembles a canine. Canines enjoy bones. Amusing on 2 levels.
Let's go.
I just love the size of the fucking sombrero. Ah, yes, very subtle.
¿Quién es ese güey? ¿Un mariachi? ¿No? ¿Un cyborg? Ese sombrero. ¿Qué?
Yes, very subtle.
Adios, amigos.
And he says it like he's been drinking.
Claro, ¿eh? Hay que hacer que no lo vimos. Vámonos ya.
He says it like he's been drinking heavily. It's just so over the top and stupid.
Right. I'm in the sewer system.
All right, let's get started. Your mission's to investigate the Desperado-affiliated research center somewhere in that area. According to the intel from our client, the lab's been dumping illegal waste into those sewers. FYI, they're also involved with the cartels in human trafficking. Allegedly, anyway.
This just gets better and better.
Tell me about it. We need you to infiltrate the lab and find out everything you can. Of course, you'll have to find it first. We still don't know the exact location.
So I'm looking for anywhere the lab might hook up with the sewers?
Yep. If they're actually dumping waste, they've got to link up somehow. Find that connection, sneak into the lab, and see if you can find evidence implicating them on anything.
No problem. Stealth's my specialty.
Right. Well, we'll see.
Do we have any idea what kind of research they're doing there?
Not really. Maybe something related to all the people they're trafficking.
Like experimentation?
It's possible. First things first, though. Find a way into that lab. Oh, right. It says here the locals say black crocodiles live in those sewers, so, you know, watch out.
Black crocodiles? Could they be talking about UGs?
Maybe just an urban legend. But still, be careful.
I will scout ahead. You will provide backup.
Sir, yes, sir.
Commence operation.
And he's off. Okay, well that happened.
How are things back in Abkhazia?
Thanks to the full efforts of the workers, power was restored in just 2 days.
Pretty impressive.
Only the power plant is back online, though. Refinery itself will likely be out of service for months. Fuel sent from Supsa is being used to power the plant for now.
Just wish I could have stopped him.
Impossible without a sniper. And in our focus on anti-cyborg combat, we were unprepared. Thankfully, other than financial losses, few Abkhaz citizens were seriously affected. The plant workers had already been evacuated, and most were hired back on to rebuild the refinery. We received payment and are not being blamed for the suicide blast.
Good to hear. It should go a long way to help fix our reputation.
Duh. And even more good news. Desperado is down one of its top captains.
Let's hope they learned a lesson.
We can hope, but it is doubtful. We still do not know who is supporting them. Even if we shut Desperado down entirely, their backers could simply hire some other PMC.
Whoever it is, you really think they're interested in the pipeline? Who'd benefit besides the Georgians?
Hard to say. Whatever the plan was, it went up in flames with Dulcayev's suicide. The problem is that there are countless companies and governments profiting off the BTC pipeline. Whoever is behind it, they may be too big for a simple security firm like us to do anything.
Yeah, one thing we do know, though, is that Sundowner's more than just a pawn in all of this. We need to watch him. Trafficking or not, we need to stop their operation here.
Find the evidence, and perhaps we can do that. And Tovarich, be careful.
Have you ever worked with this client of ours before?
Duh. Several active human rights groups engage in non-violent interventions like this one. Typically, they hire firms like ours to provide security and backup. Most serious human rights abuses take place in unstable regions, after all. Legitimate human rights groups, not fakes set up by oil firm or such things, they cannot handle it.
Yeah. It's different for private groups working in hostile regions. Especially when some of that hostility comes from the local authorities.
Indeed. NGOs and security firms play a greater role in peacekeeping, too. You know, DDR business. Disarmament, demobilization, reintegration. Like the UN runs it. Usually, carrying weapons is not permitted for the group involved, for obvious reasons.
So outfits like ours run guard duty. If the locals don't like armed peacekeepers, then they pretend to be unarmed observers instead.
Duh. It's beneficial for the client if the locals are aware of the firepower backing them, though. I've drank tea with the sort of people my company would normally be pushing back with the butts of our rifles. It's very different from usual. More direct sort of security work, especially at beginning. But I got used to it. Less danger of unexpected conflict, and the pay is pretty good. We've built a good reputation for this kind of work. This is why NGO hired us for this job.
How are things back in
Thanks to only the fuel input, and then thanks the plan we received.
Let's
we can even if
yeah, we need
find
The cool Mario. There's another commercial for the Mario movie? I thought it was out already.
This trial mentioned someone from her past. Any idea who that could have been?
None. I checked her file again, couldn't find a thing. Definitely not Dolzaev. Probably not Sundowner either.
No. The way she put it, it didn't sound like anyone I've encountered so far. Maybe someone involved in backing Desperado.
If so, sounds like they're providing more than just financing. Maybe they share the same philosophy.
That'd be bad. People willing to die for their leaders aren't so easy to predict.
Yeah, but other than the Winds, Desperado's cyborgs are all just hired contractors. They're probably emotion suppressed with nanos or drugs or whatever, but that's about it.
You're probably right.
A real roller coaster of a week. What? Because of that? Oh God. I forgot they had a TV show.
You know, I've never really developed a taste for climbing through sewers. And Guadalajaras aren't exactly wowing me either. This place isn't gonna go up in flames, right? I think I saw something about that in the briefing.
You're talking about 1992? What a mess. Over 200 people killed. That was almost a half century ago, though. You smell anything off? Before the explosions, residents complained they smelled gas from the sewers.
I'm in a sewer, Kev. You think I've got my smell receptors on? Local air analysis doesn't show anything potentially poisonous or explosive, though.
Well, you ought to be fine then. Besides, little gas explosion's probably not gonna kill someone like you.
Well, that's very encouraging. Seriously, though, Guadalajara is not a bad place. At least from what I've seen.
Oh, it's not. Second largest city in Mexico, after all. I've actually spent a lot of time down there. Got a lot of charm. The architecture is a fusion of Latin and old colonial Spanish culture. The city's historic district is home to a massive cathedral overlooking the whole town. It's always bustling. It's a lot of fun just kicking back and watching the locals. Walking around the Libertad, taking in the sun with a cerveza in one hand, mariachi band nearby. No better way to spend a weekend, let me tell you.
If this PMC thing doesn't work out, you'd make one hell of a tour guide. Meanwhile, I'm down in this dark, filthy, humid, cramped sewer.
Also, if you ask me, the girls over there are the hottest in all of Mexico. You wouldn't believe some of the chicas I've chatted up. On the street, in the shopping malls, at the bars.
Sounds like better company than a robo-wolf and a bunch of plague-ridden mice.
Well, hang in there. I'll buy you a shot of tequila after we wrap this up. The city of tequila's not far, actually. That's where it originated.
I'll take you up on that. Now let's get this over with.
Ah, lovely. Guadalajara. Listen, wait, they didn't properly credit the original Prime creators? I didn't even know they were doing a remaster. They're doing a remaster of Metroid Prime? That was the first one, right?
Hey, Kev, let me ask you something.
What's up? We've been over pretty much all the...
No. Those girls in Guadalajara, you never told me what happened.
Jeez, man, we're in the middle of a mission here.
So they used you for free drinks and then took off, I take it, huh?
Well, they weren't really my type. I'm more of an intellectual, you know? I don't go for just any random girl at a bar. Looks are one thing, but I need someone I can talk to. Someone fun but clever with a good sense of humor.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Look, Kev, you're in your 30s now. It's time to stop holding out for Lil Miss Perfect. You just need to find someone nice. You know, settle down, start a family.
Okay, Mom. Okay.
Laugh all you want, Kev, but having kids will change your life. I can't see him all the time with work and all. But whenever I'm back home, he's always so excited to see me. When I see that, I feel like, you know, I want to do whatever I can to keep him happy.
Sure, I hear you. But look, man, I was just having some fun in Mexico. Wasn't seriously searching for a wife or anything.
I know, but separate from that, I just think you've gotten too damn picky. I can understand trying to find the ideal woman when you're young, but you know what? It's those little imperfections, those idiosyncrasies that keep things interesting in the long run. You come to appreciate that kind of stuff in a lifetime relationship.
Idiosyncrasies, huh? Like if she snores or she talks loud during movies?
Well, not if she talks during movies. A man's got to have some standards. This trial mentioned someone for any...
No, definitely.
No, maybe...
If
It came out as the same day as the direct. Oh! God, I didn't realize they just released it. Did they even announce it before the release? That's wild. I hope it didn't suck.
Dolzaev blew himself up.
Pretty common terror tactic. You don't usually see the leaders doing it, though. It's one thing to get your flock pumped up on the glory of dying for the cause, but it's not often they actually go through with it themselves.
You gotta have a public face, after all. The guy who gets to claim responsibility on the evening news.
In a weird way, Dozhaev showed some serious dedication. Not that I'm about to praise him for it.
Yeah, still a terrorist. A suicide bomber in the end.
If that's what you want to call him. Still, he kind of failed at it.
How so?
Well, all that explosion did was put a dent in Abkhazia's budget. More Russia's, really. They're the ones rebuilding the refinery. The coup didn't work out. He couldn't overthrow the government. He was barely a blip on Russia's radar.
So, you're saying the bombing didn't accomplish any of his goals? He did it just because he was cornered? Sounds more like just plain suicide.
Yeah. Probably wanted to end things with his own hands. Like a samurai committing harakiri.
Still not something to be commended for, though.
Yeah. Lumping him in with true warriors like the samurai just gives them a bad name.
I hope she didn't get to you. Wanting to protect the weak is... that's worth striving for.
Don't worry. I've heard more than a few supervillain spiels in my time. Maybe we had some things in common in our past, but not anymore. I bring my beliefs into every battle I fight. You want to call me foolish? Well, that's not gonna change me.
I'm glad to hear that, Raiden.
Yeah, thanks. Riding out.
Say, Raiden, where'd you get that hat you were wearing?
The sombrero? Well, picked it up at a souvenir store here. I guess I just kind of like the design. Also, when you're on a scout mission, it's vital that you use the local attire to blend into the background.
Yeah. I think it looked pretty good on you. You looked like some kind of mariachi singer.
Oh, you think so?
Yep. Only, that's kind of a problem too.
How so?
Well, I mean, that sombrero really is meant to be part of a mariachi costume. Mexicans don't wear hats like that normally.
Come on. The guy at the shop told me I'd look just like a local.
Yeah, a local tourist maybe. Look, you might see a lot of Mexican men wearing sombreros during their daily routines, but, nothing like that. They'd go for something a lot more simple and compact. Something not all that different from cowboy hats in the Old West.
Are you sure?
I don't know if it's true or not, but I have heard one theory about the modern cowboy hat. They say it's based on the sombreros the original Western settlers brought from Mexico. Of course, cowboy hats come in all shapes and sizes, so you can't really say a specific one's the cowboy hat.
Huh. Well, now I know why the locals were so eager to get a look at me.
That wasn't the hat.
Here's a completely low. Yeah, I never understood how you could release the series collection with games missing. Like, at that point, I'll just emulate it. Thank you. I'm gonna say, fucking, did we really need a remaster? Are people excited for the remaster? Why don't they just play the old one? The old one's still great. It's fine. It's still
By the
fun.
way, Raiden, have you ever eaten nopalitos? They're typically called nopales.
Huh. Oh, like that street vendor was selling. Nope. No pales.
Well, that's too bad. You really ought to try some while you're in the area.
Yeah, but it's from a cactus, right? Doesn't it taste all thin and watery?
Not at all. It's kind of like the flesh of aloe vera leaves, or the seaweed used in Japanese cooking. It's got this really soft but crunchy texture, and it's really versatile. You can eat nopales as is in a salad, saute them, stir-fry them with steak, put them in tacos. You can even toss them in a blender to make some juice.
I had no idea.
Tell me about it. I got hooked after Boris took me to this one Mexican restaurant. After that, I just had to learn more about them. Ooh, for example, they're really low in calories. They also have lots of soluble and insoluble fiber, which not only promotes digestion, but is great for maintaining healthy cholesterol and blood pressure levels. It's even thought to help prevent intestinal cancer. It's packed with healthy stuff too, like vitamins B and C, potassium, and iron.
Okay, I get it. It's good for you. So how does it taste?
Huh? I just told you.
Never mind. Probably can't capture any food down here anyway. Not that I'd need to. My muscles run on fuel cells, and I've got enough blood sugar to keep my brain running for another week.
Well, you can still eat though, right?
Yep.
So, how about we all go out for Mexican once you're done? Food's a lot more than just an energy supply, you know? It's meant to be enjoyed.
With that, I agree.
Damn, Mistral's got a lot of neat enhancements, Doctor, but the real question is, how does she taste? But how does it taste? That was the best part of fucking MGS3 was the shit posting on Kodak. Because Big Boss is just so serious the whole fucking time. I think MGS2 had the better, like, actual memes in the heat of the moment, though. Are you gonna play Dark Souls 3 first person? Have I played Dark Souls 3 on stream? I don't think we played any of the Souls games on stream. Like, we did a little bit of a piss take and co-op, but I've never, like, sat down and played through a Souls game on stream. I already played the shit out of them back in the day. And I know it's, like, my fault for doing it that way, but, I put, like, 300 hours into Dark Souls 2, over 100 hours into Dark Souls 1. I played Dark Souls 3, like, fucking 2 or 3 times. I think that was... I never played the DLC for Dark Souls 1 or 3, only 2. I played Elden Ring, I played Sekiro, I played Bloodborne. I've played just about every, like, Soulsborne Seki game. Hot full game mods coming out. And Nightfall, Archthrones... I don't know what that is. You should just play this, then. We are playing this. We're playing it right now.
Remember now, Raiden. Left hands. Recover as many as you can.
I got it, Doc. I got it. I'll bring back all the flash memory you can handle.
Holographic memory. It's very different from standard semiconductor memory, you know.
Yeah. But it's still solid-state storage, right?
Well, yes, but they are perhaps more different than they are similar. Holographic memory utilizes the same optical interference that holograms rely upon.
Right. That image is used to appear 3D.
Traditional media reads and writes bits on a two-dimensional surface in linear fashion. Holographic memory, however, does this in 3 dimensions, using light at different angles.
And that gives you... what?
Speed. It can read over a gigabit of data in a second. And capacity. A 2-inch square cube of lithium niobate crystal can store 4 terabytes of data. It is also highly resilient against data loss caused by damage to any part of its media. This is because the bit information is not localized, but used as an optical diffractor across the medium. For battle data, there is no better type of storage.
Beats having a hard drive clacking away inside your arm anyway.
Indeed. Spinning media. Hard to imagine we ever put up with such nonsense.
God, hard to believe it's only been like 10, 20 years. We still use some hard drives for like cheaper storage, but like a decade ago, that was extremely common. We've come a long way. Hell, VHSs were only like 20, 30 years ago. This is in Dark Souls 3. Throw that in the Discord, because I'm not going to watch it while I'm in the middle of jamming this. Fucking Dark Souls... I thought they already made a first-person mod for DS3. I thought they made it for all of them. I could have sworn they made it was a VR mod, too.
So, Doc, what kind of data can you extract from those left hands, anyway?
Oh, all manner of information. But the short list? Energy consumption, damage level, intracranial and blood pressure, blood sugar, other vitals, GPS history, speed and acceleration data, radio and optical readings, recorded computations from the internal expert battle support system.
Doc.
Time-stamped readings of distortion and acceleration gauges whenever the body was impacted. Stress is applied to the CNT muscle fibers in all 4 limbs, as well as any localized breakdowns.
All right, Doc.
Power consumption rates, remaining battery charge, type and amount of weaponry used, codec logs and wavelengths, voice transcripts, encryption...
I get it. Holy shit.
Okay, Doc, okay. Sorry I asked.
As a field of technology, cyborg warfare is still in its infancy, you know. It is my duty as an engineer to collect and analyze as much data as possible for every conceivable situation. The resulting database will help drive future technology, both modifications and advances.
Makes sense. But why the left hand? Why store it all there?
Accessibility. A unit can remove it with its own right hand, or it can be recovered if the unit is damaged. I would advise you not to remove your own holographic storage, however, unless absolutely necessary. To facilitate recording of everything you see, hear, and so on, it is tied directly to your cranial nerves. So, each time the storage is connected or disconnected, your hippocampus is stimulated. This can result in memory loss, flashbacks, and all manner of unpleasant effects.
Yeah, I have some experience with that. It's a little more than unpleasant.
Doctor, turn off my cringe inhibitors. Ah!
Perhaps we could chit-chat later, Raiden. I'd hate to occupy too much of your time.
No, we love the Codex.
Wolf? You're a one-of-a-kind prototype, right?
Correct. I was originally conceived as a weapon to replace humans and cyborgs. Conversation and intelligent decision-making were deemed essential to the role. The project was eventually canceled after 3 years in development.
Why?
I have intelligence, but I lack a specific quality essential to any combatant.
What's that?
Brutality. I am not human, thus I lack the brutality inherent to humanity. I was shut down, then revived, apparently on Sundowner's orders.
Sundowner? But what's he want with you?
Unknown. A manifestation of his sense of humor, perhaps. As a machine, I am more sensitive to my fellow man than an actual fellow man. This amused him.
Guy has an odd sense of humor. So, you were under Mistral's command all this time?
I originally took orders from Sundowner, but not for long. As a novelty, I did not last. Mistral saw more potential in me.
What'd she see?
Unknown. However, she apparently enjoys the company of dogs. She demanded 100% obedience. As long as it was given, she treated me well.
She was looking for companionship?
That I cannot say. I still have relatively little communication experience with humans. My ability to read emotions not explicitly expressed by speech is lacking.
Wolf? You're a one-of-a-kind...
Correct.
What?
What? Brute, I am not... I would...
Son, but what's...
As a...
Oh, yeah, I didn't realize there was so much history. I thought Mistral owned Wolf only. Alright, let's go get fucked. I only got a little longer here, and then I gotta go to bed.
The sewers. Exercise caution.
How we doing tonight, Jade? It's another beautiful evening. I guess in this case, stinky. Uh-oh. Stinky. Everything got the stanky. Kind of shitty. Wow, amazing. What's on your mind? Is the sun not shining? Is the wind not blowing? Oh, yeah, I'm back and we're playing the game. You're right. It's time to play the game.
Have you ever worked with this client of ours before?
Da. Several active most.
No, I'm just pulling her leg. We already listened to it. Can you imagine, though? Can you imagine? Oh. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Better take out that UG quick.
I...
Attract too much attention down there.
Well, shit, I don't really have a follow-up for that, Jade. I'm very sorry. So, yeah, I mean, like... You know, I've been where you guys were at before. I know for a fact it's really not easy in any way, shape, or form. Oh, fuck. Stop doing that, you fat cunt! Oh, shit. Okay, so I can fucking lobotomize this cunt. Why does he just keep grabbing me? There we go. Fucking got his ass! He really likes his grabs, don't he? Had my first self-harm thought in over a decade. I know we joke about it, but... Damn, that's heavy. Mason, please be supportive while you get choked by a giant. I can't do everything at once, K-Mills. I can't provide life-saving advice while at the same time getting my ass beat by fucking robots.
Use it to conceal yourself if necessary.
Maintenance catwalk. How high do I have to go for that? Was it like differences between the two of you, or was it the distance? Because remember, I'm sure everyone's aware, like, I did long distance before. I'm aware that it's really hard on both people. And it's not like there's something wrong with the person in question if things end. It's just... no, love doesn't always necessarily conquer all. It's a lot better than an explosive breakup. I don't think I know any woman who's tried blowing up anything in my life. Okay, well, I know a few, but it was the circumstances were a little different. It was a long time ago. The only thing she was gonna blow up was me with an STD. I almost got the clap. I've talked about this before. We don't need to revisit this. So I take it based on how you're feeling, it wasn't like super mutual discussion. Okay, remember, you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. Hey, shit! Yeah, I fucking got him. Yeah, I gotta get the parry timing down on that. Fucking cancer. First he ungood, then he bungood. Fuck, I almost had him. Fuck, that would have been a parry if I landed that just now. God. I know that's like their whole gimmick, but it's still shit.
Ah, the Mastiff. That body makes it good in close quarters combat. It uses those arms to grab and damage foes. Moves like that you cannot parry, Raiden. You need to avoid them completely. Watch carefully to tell when it will grab rather than punch or some other attack. Ah, the Mastiff. That moves. Watch.
Sorry, buddy. Maybe try asking.
Raiden. Ambulatory unmanned gears detected in sewer.
Yeah, I fucking noticed.
What? Desperados already spotted us?
Negative. These UGs are not engaged in proper perimeter security. Even were the lab anticipating our assault, they would not set up patrols down here. It is too far from the lab to be effectively guarded.
So what are they doing down here?
Judging by their behavior, I believe they are gathering AI behavioral learning data.
Meaning?
With Neuro AI, there is no delineation between hardware and software. You cannot simply extract the learning data from one AI and insert it into another. In order to prepare a UG's AI for deployment, each must learn its duties on an individual basis.
So they're using a Mexican sewer as their training ground?
No, it would be impractical to implement on-the-field training for every AI in their force. In most cases, AIs are fed simulated data sets, plus feedback based on their chosen actions. Put another way, they engage in VR training.
So then why are they here?
I believe they are collecting data to improve upon their VR training code. To build a better VR regimen, they must go out in the field to experiment and gather data. It is probable they are using the sewers to help improve their AI's behavior in enclosed spaces.
That's the sort of subcontracting work this lab does?
It appears likely.
Oh, great. And here I was hoping the worst we'd have to deal with is toxic waste.
Unfortunately, not. Your only option is to fight.
Wow, thanks, Wolf. You're really helpful.
Ah, the mastiff humanoid UG. In all the industry, its proportions are the closest to a regular human being's.
It's not a cyborg?
Not at all. It may be styled after one, but its behavioral patterns are relatively quite basic. It's still quite a way off from believable human behavior, you know. With a stronger AI, I could see mastiffs taking the place of common infantry perhaps, but no more. Regardless, do not underestimate their strength or their armor. Weaken them with standard attacks before entering blade mode for the final strikes. Ah,
It's not...
Not at all. It's still with us regardless.
Well, none of this is helpful. Awesome.
Rodney, can I ask you something?
God damn it.
Sure. What is it?
Just wondering, why'd you join Maverick in the first place?
Well, Boris and I go way back. Our first time working together was rescuing Sonny. That's Colonel Gerlukovich's granddaughter. He and Boris were good friends back in the USSR.
Right. The Patriots were holding her?
Yeah. I was mainly working with the PLA, but Boris was a huge help. His Russian military connections paid off big time. All his covert op experience, too. He wasn't working pro bono, of course, but he went above and beyond the call. The Patriots were a threat to everyone, not just America. He got that.
And when Paradise Lost disbanded, he formed a new outfit and got them all work.
Most of them, anyway, including me.
Did you ever consider another line of work? Something non-military, I mean?
I'm a cyborg, Courtney. What am I gonna do? Drive an ice cream truck? I can pass as normal from a distance, but up close, anyone can tell it's artificial skin. Good jobs aren't easy to come by these days, even for non-cyborgs. And I've got a family to feed. Besides, I've been fighting my whole life. It's just who I am.
Sorry, I didn't mean to pry.
It's fine, Courtney. No worries. So, Courtney, you've heard my story. What about you? How'd you end up at Maverick?
Me? Well, it's funny. I was a business major, actually. Thought I'd go for an MBA. When I was in school, there was a lot of talk about the widening gap between rich and poor. I figured I'd join the 1% and never have to worry about money again. Pretty noble, huh? Anyway, around then you started hearing all about this war economy stuff on the news. I was, I don't know, disgusted, I guess. Disillusioned, for sure.
And that changed your mind?
It wasn't just the war stuff that bothered me. It's everything it represented. How so much of what the First World enjoys comes at the expense of Third World people. The more I researched, the more I realized how bad things are. Underreported, too. After that, money wasn't such a priority anymore. I know how trite that sounds, but it's true. I wasn't naive, though. I knew living in some hippie commune or going Amish wouldn't change anything. So I started looking for a career where I felt I might actually have an impact.
You didn't worry about working at a PMC? Becoming part of the problem?
Well, I wasn't going to sign up with just anybody. But not all PMCs are bad, you know? Some of them, sure. They'll do anything for a buck, no questions asked. That's why someone has to stand up to them. Protect the innocent from those guys.
That's us in a nutshell. So you did your homework and found Maverick.
Honestly, it was more dumb luck than anything else. I had a friend who knew I was interested in this kind of work who was also friends with Kevin. They introduced us, we set up a meeting, and here I am.
That's right. I always forget you and Kev went to the same school. Huh. Definitely not your typical path to joining a PMC, that's for sure.
I really am here to fix the world. I know it's a cliche, but there it is.
Well, I for one am glad to hear it.
Oh, ain't that noble.
So how's it been since you joined Maverick, Courtney? About what you expected?
Not even close. I had no idea what I was signing up for. You deal in a lot of expensive weapons and equipment that can save people's lives. But at the same time, you can't just ignore the bottom line. You catch yourself measuring lives and dollars and cents.
Yeah. The business side can get pretty messy.
Messy is right. But I won't just ignore it. I can't make informed decisions without confronting the ugly realities.
Not an easy burden to bear, Courtney.
Well, if it ever gets to be too much, I'll reconsider. But for now, I'm fine. I can handle it. You okay, Raiden?
Yeah, I
Stay
do
complete.
like all the
Be careful,
holes in the
Raiden.
story, especially Raiden's story that are getting filled in now. Because fucking, I keep forgetting this took place after MGS4. Now that I played MGS4, I could finally, like, do a track line. Because Raiden's story continued. Snake's story came to a very depressing end. That, and they reference Otacon here, too. Talked out with a mutual friend of ours. Okay, well, I'm glad to hear it wasn't explosive, and it was... going through breakups never easy, because... hell, being with someone is just nice, even... sometimes, even if the other person's a piece of shit. I don't think, you know, fucking... I'm not saying that he was... but I am just saying that even at a baseline, being with someone is nice, let alone someone you actually like. So, when shit doesn't work out just because of, like, outlying factors, it sucks. Oh, shit! Yeah, boy! Fucking get it! Damn, I'd make a great therapist. That's not even a joke. I'm fucking dead-ass serious. I'd be a great therapist. I don't understand how I couldn't have gone in the mental health field. I know all the secrets. Okay, there wasn't really a reason for me to see if I could do that. I just kind of want to find out if I could. So great a therapist. No return clients. Ah, yes. Just like the stream. People stop by and then they don't come back. And I remember, I play games because I like video games. I don't play games because I'm trying to get famous. Like, that'd be a nice side effect, but at the end of the day, like, I don't really care. It would just make paying bills easier. But naturally, like, we'd probably have, like, a much bigger viewer base if I wasn't, you know, like, shitposter extraordinaire. Probably doesn't lend itself well to the whole. But with fame comes the extra bullet. Jade, me and you both know I would fucking handle it hands down probably better than, like, 80% of the people online. Like, all those guys who, like, bitch about, oh god, I'm famous, I can't believe this is happening. I would fucking revel in that shit. I would be an agent of chaos.
Right. There is a boy in these sewers.
Digging deep here, huh?
How are things back
backing up.
Thanks.
Pretty
Only the fuel cell input, and then thanks the plant we.
Okay, I think we're caught up on
whoever. Yeah, we need.
Fine.
say. But on a more serious note, I can't promise anything helpful, but you know, I'll be around. I can't promise any of the advice is actually going to be useful, though. But I know it's just nice to have someone to talk to occasionally. Ooh, hey! I don't understand why someone would throw an electromagnetic grenade in a fucking sewer, but... And I have a feeling anything I'd say to follow up with that would be racist because I'm in because I'm in fucking Mexico. Just immediately like, how can I avoid this landmine? Like, not very well. You know, God, I fucking hate these things. And there's no way to not get touched by them. I say touched by an angel, I don't think this is what they meant. Ooh, money. We like money. I love money. Money. I think the worst part about it is these are remote-controlled UGs. So, like, I know for a fact that the fucking jam grenade should work. How about the EM? Does the EM work? Okay, the EM kind of works. Wow, holy shit, that sucked. Maybe I'm just fucking bad. Maybe that's what's happening. I still got an S rank. I'm the best. What can I say? It pays to be right. But yeah, I'm usually around on Discord even if I'm not live as much as I am. But on a more light-hearted note, your boy has monitors. Oh, this is the Cowabunga kid. About to get diddled by those robots. I just love how fast Raiden goes to oh shit.
Get out of here.
Isn't that a fucking Ninja Turtle reference? Oh god, those things are terrifying.
That UG is called a Raptor. I hear they are typically deployed in groups. Concentrate too much on one, and you leave yourself open to attack from the others. You need to keep situational awareness at all times against them, Raiden. That UG is called a constant. You need to...
Sorry, buddy. Maybe...
You okay? No? Just be...
Ah, the Raptor, yeah? A UG designed to operate in groups. Their AI is such that they are aware of and commiserate with their peers. If a Raptor they identify as one of their own goes offline, they respond with a sort of primitive anger.
Like a wild animal might respond in the natural world.
Indeed. In typical UG optical neuro AIs, the section corresponding to the cerebral neocortex is, well, it's quite a bit smaller than a human brain's. They truly are closer to beast than man. You will need to do some damage to a raptor before you can cut them to shreds. And you will want to make sure the situation is ideal before you do strike the final blow on any one of them.
Okay, I'll have to keep that one in mind.
You will need to damage and we don't let the rest of the... How is Wolf faring?
Hard to say just yet. Seems like he's doing okay.
Good, good. I'm so pleased my repairs were effective.
He seems happy enough, but I don't know. Can a machine really be happy? Maybe he's just being directed by his programming to behave that way.
And what is wrong with that? If something you do for someone else is appreciated, it makes you happy. It's a perfectly normal reaction, one that applies whether you're man or machine. and whether or not you have intelligence.
I guess so.
When you watch a film, does it not make you happy when good things happen to the heroes in the end?
I'm not seeing the connection.
Well, those heroes are not really happy. They're just following a script written by someone else. The actors have human intelligence, but the characters themselves do not. It is a facade, an imitation, and yet we still feel an emotional connection. It does not matter that it is make-believe. Now, I certainly don't know whether the AI you encountered in the past was neural or not, but Wolf most certainly is. And with a neuro AI, it is not so simple as working off a set computer program. You can define intelligence however you like, but personally, I see no reason not to say Wolf has it. It possesses a neuro AI structurally similar to the human brain. It has learned enough of the world around it to be capable of human speech. Truly, an astounding artificial intelligence is at work here. One, I suspect, could make for substantial business opportunities given the chance. Think of the possibilities, Raiden. What do you think a truly intelligent AI could do for the world?
I'll let you know if I think of anything. Riding out. You know, Doc, if you're such a big believer in cyborgs, why haven't you made the jump yourself?
That's a good question.
An excellent question. There is one very good reason for this.
And that is? Wait. Is there some problem with the tech you didn't tell me about?
No problem with the technology. The issue is I would be required to be separated from my original body before I could be transferred.
And? So what?
Well, then there's no way for me to oversee installation into my new body.
You could have someone else do it?
Ha! Amateure. Hacks. I would not trust the average cybernetic surgeon to repair my toaster oven. I possess one of the world's foremost minds on this field, Raiden. This is not a boast, it is a fact. Entrusting that to someone less talented, just imagine a great architect asking an infant to build his new home.
No offense, but I mean you're just assembling some...
Raiden. Raiden, this is not like putting together your bookshelf. It is quite literally brain surgery. More than that, in fact. There is an art to doing it correctly.
All right, Doc, all right. I hear you.
I suppose I should not expect you to understand. Regardless, I am in fine health for now. Perhaps by the time my body begins to decline, there will be others that might be trusted with the duty. But which body to choose? Perhaps a young female frame to surprise all my colleagues.
To surprise your colleagues, right.
The rat. If indeed you will need...
Oh yeah, weren't you having storage issues? I remember it was either you or someone else that was having like no fucking storage space left. That's the wrong size. Yeah, the tripods were small. The raptors are big.
Your only option.
Wow, thanks, Wolf, for that fucking gem of knowledge. Oh yeah, they have guns. Oh, fuck. Oh shit! I'm gonna fucking regret this shit when I'm doing it anyway. Oh, I'm running, boys. Eat my ass! I think that's the part that's most annoying is the getting shot. I'm gonna fucking die here. Yeah, these things are just as cancerous as ever. That's awesome. Just fuck my shit up, family. Okay, I need to not necessarily. Okay, I accidentally killed him. Yep, fuck me. Okay, he mad now. What are you gonna do? Hit me? Oh yeah, they still have guns. Just stop moving, you're already dead. Just fucking die already. Christ almighty. Oh, great, and there's a little dwarf. I fucked up. Oh god, I didn't realize your hard drive died. I'm sorry to hear that. You want to talk about it? Well, at least I gave you an excuse to upgrade your shit. Just think, it's twice the size, twice the data. They're all dead, there's nothing left. I did it, I beat the game. That was cancer. Gay.
What you say?
Oh.
Me a Guyanese from Guyana. You speak English?
Yeah, I'm from America. Call me Ryden.
Me name George, like Georgetown.
George.
And just like all damn America president.
Yeah. So what are you doing here?
Me? What the rest of you do here? You lose the map of Ninja hideout, Ninja man?
No, I'm looking for bad guys.
Ah, damn skunter research lab.
You know about it?
Me know me now go back. Hey, you're not one of them skunt, nah? Nah, I guess you're alright. If you're a cyborg, you know who they is?
Sort of. What happened to you?
Oh, me been live on the street, rake and scrape for a bob, nah? Then this good need dressed like the mafia say, hey boy, you want a job? What the worst gonna happen, nah? But that mother skunt don't put me on a ras boat. They pack us all a big old dirty container. Next thing we know, we're here at the zombie lab.
All kids? Like you?
Yeah, a lot of boy. But then me been over here what them skunt wanna do. Snuff us out. And got all the organ.
So you ran.
Uh-huh. Is she me not a bad-ass robot ninja man, same as you? Ha! Me been strongest cyborg ever. Warlock all them phantoms in black clothes that eye pass me.
Starting to sound like a bad guy yourself.
Just plain, nah? Me done plenty bad thing. But me not kill no man. Nah, never.
Good.
Me tried to warn the boy. I say, IOD's brain would get cut out. Run your ass out of there. But them boy with me no understand. They like Spanish or something. So me the only one for escape. Then that machine come after me and...
And I know the rest. George, I need every detail about how you escaped.
Oh.
So the kid got into the sewers through a drainage channel?
Yeah, he says the channel is super tight, but there's some kind of shutter next to it.
Got it. That must be where they dumped the waste.
There's something else. It sounds like a Desperado exec was on site yesterday. If a Sentry Cyborg was on hand for the meeting...
You should be able to review their video log, provided you can find a server access terminal. That would give us the evidence we need, as well as a little peek at the level of their technology.
So what about the kid?
I made sure the area was secure and told him to sit tight. Can you pick him up?
Sure. I'll send a couple agents for him. You just focus on getting into that lab. If what he said is true about the organs, we need to hurry.
Agreed. Riding out.
Human trafficking violations indeed, jeez. Run yourself up the ass. That boy, Jesus Christ. Maybe switching out things with the gotchi noises was not the best call. But luckily, G, you're just in time. Just in time for the end of the fucking stream.
Very well done, Raiden.
Oh, thanks, I guess.
That Raptor may have been smaller than an Irving, but its potential is simply remarkable.
Perfect.
Defeating it is a fine demonstration
Well,
of
let's
your
not too
body's
happy
ability.
about it.
I'm quite happy to see it working so well.
Well, thanks, Doc. I'm quite happy I'm not dead, too.
How did it feel to fight it?
Well, an Irving has more strength and firepower. But this guy was a lot harder to keep a beat on. Not that big of a deal, but you definitely don't want to let your guard down around one.
Indeed. A combination Irving and tripod force would be a formidable foe in any urban warfare scenario. The only problem is cost. A PMC would have to be well funded indeed to even think about acquiring the necessary numbers to make it work. There are situations where an Irving may be overkill, but tripods cannot provide the necessary force.
So the Raptor was built to fill that gap?
Indeed. Its basic design is a streamlined, more compact version of the Irving. Furthermore, it uses the same control system as the tripods, which helps keep costs low. It can use standard personnel weaponry as is, and its armor has been componentized. This is to say, the user can expand its defensive capability as needed. It's fit for standard military operations, anti-terror missions, even regular patrol and police duty. A most admirable jack of all trades. Adorable too, wouldn't you say?
Not the first word that comes to mind.
Ah, yes. My apologies. I can't help but marvel at a well-made machine when I see one. There's no need to be jealous, though. Your body is still quite impressive as well.
Yeah, thanks, Doc.
I can't believe what they're doing in there. Guess I shouldn't be so surprised, huh?
Guess not.
Are you gonna help them?
No other choice.
I'll try to help look for someplace that might take them in.
Thanks.
Least I can do. Did you want to save your data?
No.
Okay, save complete. Don't let your guard down, okay?
Alrighty, it is bedtime though. Fucking, I was gonna end the stream like 40 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago, but I was like, you know what? I at least want to see the Cowabunga Kid before the end of the stream because tomorrow night, if we go for 3 hours, we should be able to reach Sundowner, depending on how many of the how many codec calls we got. This stream has been like 70-80% codec calls, and then the rest is the actual game. It's a lot of information. There's a lot of fucking exposition in this. When it comes to blending. Because of the fucking sombrero being comedically large. We love the sombrero. Everyone loves the sombrero, okay? Don't pretend that you don't like it. We like the sombrero. Okay, I do have to go to bed, though, because I'm starting to, like, have that weird gas right before I go to sleep that's like, hey, maybe you should go to bed. Your stomach's doing that thing. So on that note, I am going to bid you all adios. In the meantime, boys and girls, you've been listening to Mason FM with the Evening Hour. Probably Bauer Kids. We'll be fine. I'll make it sound like I got herpes or something. Herpes of the ass. You've been listening to Mason FM with the Evening Hour. And we'll see you tomorrow night with more of that stellar content I know you love. God bless you. God bless this stream. And God bless Metal Gear Rising. See you tomorrow night, boys and girls. Gotta go get some sleep before tomorrow. Showtime.